The end of the year is the perfect time to start getting your finances in order for the next year so that you can start off on the right foot financially. I'm going to share with you 5 things that you can do every single year around November, December to get you set up on the right foot. Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a blogger at The Frugal Ginger, and I love sharing money-saving tips to help you run your family and your finances more effectively and efficiently. I share videos here every single week, so make sure to subscribe below so you can be notified of when those go live. Now, I know that the holiday season can be a bit hectic, but November and December are the perfect months to sit down and take stock of your financial situation. I want to share 5 smart money tips that you can do at the end of the year to make sure that you are set up right and are ready to go for next year. The first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you have maximized all your retirement funds. You can put in $19,000 into a 401k this year. You can also put in $6,000 if you have a Roth or a traditional IRA. And if you're 50 or older, you can then put an additional $1,000 into your IRAs. Of course, you want to make sure that you are contributing the maximum amount that your company will match. So if your company will match 6% of your 401k contributions, make sure that for your enrollment for next year, you're putting in at least 6%, because that's basically free money that your company is going to give you to go into your retirement account. And as well as making sure that you have put in the most money that you can into your retirement, because the more you put in your retirement account, the lower your taxable income will be. The second thing you want to do before the end of the year is sit down, look over your bank or credit card statements, and see if there are any recurring fees that you can go ahead and cancel. These can be things like subscription boxes, gym memberships, maybe that you signed up for in January and you haven't really used, maybe but once a month. This goes with TV streaming services as well. If you have Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and now Disney Plus, maybe you can sit down and see if you can lower it to maybe 2 or even 1 streaming service that you're going to pay for a month and cancel the ones that you aren't really watching. So just sit down, take stock of what you can get rid of so that you're not having to pay for things that you don't really need starting next year. The next thing that you want to do is make sure you give to charity. It's the holiday season, so you know that's kind of the spirit of giving is in the air. But sit down with an accountant or a CPA and see how much that you should be donating each year to lower your tax bill for the next one. And then make sure that you're giving that full amount so that your tax bill will be lower. And once you have the budget that you know that you can comfortably give every single year, for the next year, take that amount and just divide it by 12 and then make monthly payments to your favorite charities. This will make it easier on you because it's automatic and you won't forget, and then it's more doable in monthly payments instead of waiting till the end of the year and making a big lump sum. And also it helps out the charities because then they know exactly how much money they should be expecting every month, and it will help them make their monthly budget. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you have used up your health care. This is the time of year where you most likely met your deductible, and if you have, you'll get cheaper health care for the rest of the year before your new plan goes into effect in January, and then you're going to have to start all over again to meet your deductible. So in November and December, that's when you need to make your appointments for maybe some routine care, maybe some small procedures that you need done, any kind of immunizations. If you're planning on traveling next year, go ahead and get those immunizations done now because you'll be paying less out of pocket. Plus, November and December are usually the time of year when most practices aren't as busy, so you'll be more likely to get an appointment when you need it. And lastly, a really smart thing to do at the end of the year is to kind of just do a financial checkup. Check your credit score, make sure it's going up and not down. And while you're checking your score, go ahead and do a full credit report. In the report, you want to look for things like make sure your name is spelled correctly, make sure your social security number is correct because you don't want to be responsible for someone else's debt if you guys have the same social security number matching on your reports. You also want to go through, make sure there aren't any kind of fraudulent charges, make sure that you don't have any kind of credit cards open on your account that you never applied for. The holiday season is also the time when fraudulent charges and identity thefts kind of reach their peak. So look and see your bank and your credit card statements. Make sure there aren't any kind of fraudulent charges being made, that everything was made by you. Yes, actually sit down and look at it line by line because this is prime time for it. You also want to make sure if you're shopping online, if the website you're shopping at has the HTTPS before the URL, that's good. That means that it's a secure website. If it just has HTTP, it's not secure. So you want to look for the S, HTTPS, and then it should also have a little lock symbol in the left hand corner beside the URL. And that means it's a pretty secure site to shop at. It's also a good idea to go ahead and go into your browser and delete any kind of personal information. You can do this by going into preferences and just deleting any data that you have there, and getting rid of any kind of autofill, especially if it has your credit card information. I know it's a lot easier to use the autofill, but it's also a lot easier for hackers and identity theft to happen. So by making sure you're putting enough into your retirement, getting the tax deductions that you can, and doing a credit and security check, you should be on great financial footing for the next year. I hope this video helped you. If you have any more tips that you use at the end of the year, make sure to leave them below. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe below as well, and I'll see you guys next time.